Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Monday, June 26. In Squiz Kids Today, here comes the Hajj, Japan's alpaca cuddles, young Archie winners announced, and the world's ugliest dog. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
Today marks the start of a really important week in the Muslim calendar, where millions of people of the Islamic faith gather in a place called Mecca to perform what's known as the Hajj, one of the world's biggest religious gatherings. The Hajj is what's known as a pilgrimage, a practice that takes place in most religions of the world. In this case, the pilgrimage involves travelling to Mecca, a city of deep historical significance to Muslims located in the country of Saudi Arabia. Once there, they will perform a series of rituals at holy sites in and around the city to walk in the footsteps of Islamic prophets like Muhammad and Abraham and to ask forgiveness for their sins. You'll see pictures on the TV news this week of many thousands of people walking in a circle around the Kaaba, a big stone square building covered in black silk. Performing the Hajj, which is to say travelling to Mecca to visit the Kaaba and pray at Mount Arafat, is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, meaning it's one of the 5 things that every able-bodied, financially capable Muslim is required to do. The other 4 being faith, prayer, fasting and giving. This year's Hajj is especially important as the past 3 years it had to be scaled back enormously because of COVID. I've stuck a link in today's episode notes to a step-by-step guide to the Hajj. And if you know someone who might be going to Mecca or has just returned, be sure to wish them Hajj Mubarak or Happy Hajj.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Tokyo, the madcap capital of Japan, where alpacas are being taken for a walk on leads in the city's streets for locals to cuddle. Ah yes, only in Japan. Alpacas are those super cute llama-like animals, originally from South America. They have big brown eyes and soft furry coats. Basically, perfect for Japanese people who love anything kawaii, meaning really, really cute. And so the owners of these 2 alpacas take them for a walk through the streets of downtown Tokyo each day, and for $7, anyone can come up and give them a cuddle. Fun fact, alpacas, like their llama cousins, are renowned for spitting at people if they feel threatened. But apparently these 2 are very well trained and don't spit, which is a relief.
Animal Kingdom.
There's a popular saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It means that what one person finds attractive, another might not, which goes some way to explaining the outpouring of love for the finalists and winner of this year's World's Ugliest Dog competition. Held every year in the United States, the competition brings together some of the least conventionally attractive pooches ever to lick a human. And this year's winner is Scooter, and he's certainly no exception. A hairless Chinese crested dog, Scooter was born with back legs that don't work, some seriously googly eyes, barely a hair on his body except for a mangy mop on his head, and one of those pink doggy tongues that hangs permanently outside his mouth. Luckily, his owner loves him to death, as do the owners of the other finalists in this year's World's Ugliest Dog competition. I've stuck a link in your episode notes to the winners through the years. Gotta say, while Mr. Happy Face from last year was a doozy, my favourite has to be 2015's Quasimodo. He's a pup that only a mother could love. Enjoy.
Pop Culture Corner.
And it's time to put on our painter's smock and get a little arty with the announcement over the weekend of the winners of the Young Archies. The Young Archies is a portrait painting prize for kids aged 5 to 18, a showcase of some of the best young artistic talent in all of the land. And this year's crop of winners shows just how clever young Aussie artists are. There's 8-year-old Phoebe's self-portrait with a crown of braids, 9-year-old Toby Lopata's beautiful portrait of his grandpa, 15-year-old Jasmine's painting of her best friend Navea, and 17-year-old Lily's haunting portrait of her auntie Erica. Each one captures the personality of its subject, and I've stuck a link to the winners gallery in today's episode notes so you can see for yourself. And while you're at it, check out the special Squiz Kids Q&A we did recently with the National Portrait Gallery's Sandra Bruce, in which she talks about what makes a great work of art and previews a cool portrait painting competition for kids. I've stuck the link for that in today's episode notes too.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What sort of unusual animals are people cuddling on the streets of Tokyo? Yeah, that's right there, alpacas. Question number 2. What's the name of the Muslim pilgrimage that starts today in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, that's right, it's called the Hajj. Question number 3. What's the name of this year's winner of the world's ugliest dog competition? Yeah, well done if you said Scooter.
Shout-outs.
It's June 26. Birthday today for pop singer Ariana Grande. And of course, today is the start of the Hajj. And a reminder that while all of you lucky Queenslanders and Victorians are on school holidays, Squiz Kids in other states have one more week of school left. Boo! And don't worry too much because we're going to be right by your side, podcasting through until the end of this week. Don't forget too, as we move into the school holidays, we'll have a series of bumper school holiday kids versus adult quizzes. Keep an eye out in your favourite podcasting app for those. Today, it's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Audrey from Campbelltown, Jake from Albany Hills, Amy from Gyra, Adeline from Greenbank, Ruby from Elibana, Lucinda from Fly Creek, Cedric from Gulgong, Lewis from Camp Hill, and Richard and Hareem from Carlingford. Belated birthday shout-outs go to Javier, travelling around Australia, Austin and Lucy from Elgin, Charlie from Wallabada, Matthew from Bellbird, Stefan from Hunters Hill, Lana from West Pennant Hills, Piper from Frankston, and Kobe from Victoria. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class F2 and Mr. Salver at Hammond Park Primary School, Class 5B and Miss Vuia at Bella Vista Public School, Class 4B and Mr. Murphy at St Thomas More Catholic Primary School in Roos, Class 5-6P and Mrs. Puma at Plumpton Public School, and finally, Room 20 and Ms. Lowe at Fulham North Primary School in Henley Beach. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.